So I'm gonna make this one a quick one, hopefully. I'm gonna try. But I wanted to share with you something that I just discovered by writing, as usual. Um, and that's the importance of self-love. Something that I've been working on, and I understand it, but it was conflicting with another thought, which is, for example, how do you discipline yourself, right? Let's say you set a certain schedule for yourself, certain um, goals for yourself, or certain standard of behavior for yourself, and you don't meet it. Say you don't meet it. If you continue to love yourself and you don't punish yourself, then how will you ever learn? How will you ever um, evolve and get better? Or, right? So we believe in this idea of punishment um, in order to not do a certain thing again. Um, but the reality is, for me personally, punishment has never worked. I remember my dad would always say, like, what would I do? What can I do to make you do, like, study, or he was always wondering how he could discipline me. And punishment did not work. All it did, always, was make me feel terrible. It just made me feel terrible about myself, right? I felt stupid. I mean, not that I ever really got punished that much, but more self-punishment. I felt stupid and worthless and felt like I can't do anything, like a failure. And those feelings, that state of mind, did not at all help me do anything productive. So, um, I think a better way to look at things when you fail at your commitments, um, or fail at some expectations that others have for you, um, is to look at the results. Did I get the results that I wanted? So if you don't do something, you don't get the results that you want. And that is the reason why you would do something, because there's a particular result that you want. So you will, you know that you have to take a particular action for that result. So if you don't get it, it just means that you didn't get the results that you wanted. That is all. And you rethink it and you go forward. But if you sit there and you uh, you let these thoughts generate in your head that will make you feel horrible for not fulfilling something, not doing something right, um, then it will just paralyze you. And for the most part, if you really try to take an action in that state, you're more likely to fail. Which this whole thought came from the idea of respecting my own commitments to myself. And I thought, as I was writing, well, if I don't keep my own word to myself, if I don't respect myself enough, then who would respect me? If I don't listen to myself, if I don't think I'm important enough to follow my own word. And when I was writing it, I was feeling kind of bad. And um, the thought came that, well, you know, you're, um, why do you think you're important enough to even, have respect for yourself? This kind of really self-sabotaging thought, because I felt like, I hadn't met my commitments. I didn't do some of the things I was going to do. Um, and I was feeling terrible. So when you do feel terrible, then you don't even feel like you are worth respecting your own self and your own worth and your own words. So you end up just falling into the cycle of continuously not doing what you said you were going to do for yourself. Forget anybody else, but for yourself. and you don't do it, and then you feel like, well, I don't deserve this respect for myself, so then you just keep doing that thing that is sabotaging you. Which brings me to um, something that I read in The Artist's Way, and it was one of the exercises for this week, was treating, this is the mantra for the week, treating myself like a precious jewel will make me stronger. The more self-love you give yourself, the more you can do. The, the less you punish yourself mentally, the more you can do. And Anthony Robbins says that everything that we do is to avoid pain and gain pleasure. I think that's true. And part of pain in our society has been from punishment, right? Um, but true pain is a false sense of self, which is ego. And true pleasure is finding your truth, your inner truth, and being aligned with it. So, as long as you're committed to that pleasure and avoiding that pain, you will make the right decisions. You will continue to thrive and evolve. You do not have to punish yourself over and over and over again for something that you did wrong. That's it.